Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to Project Cars on the Oculus Rift. Project Cars is a racing game available on Steam. I just downloaded it, and the reason I downloaded it is because there's actually a Steam sale for it, and all the DLC and stuff like that, and because I saw that it has support for the Oculus Rift and support for the HTC Vive. You can use either one. I believe there is a version of this, unless I'm wrong. I think there's a version of this on the Oculus Store, but it's quite a bit more expensive. Whereas on Steam it was considerably cheaper, especially since it came on sale, and it does seem to support all the VR. I'm playing with it with an Xbox controller. Presumably, my steering wheel, which I own for my Xbox setup, would also work perfectly fine. Notice there's no back wheels here. I guess they're saving on polygons. The controller, the steering wheel that I have on my Xbox, just a USB one, I believe it would work here, and I should probably switch to it because steering with the little thumbstick is not really my strong point. I've only put in about maybe 20 minutes into this game. I started off by loading up the Audi R18 on the Le Mans track because that's one I had experience with, and I didn't feel actually that the Oculus, the VR gave me much purpose in there, because in that car the cockpit is really enclosed, and you can't really look out side to side and get much useful. And it's such a fast race with a fair straights. You tend to just look forward a lot. But this is the career mode in Project Cars here, and it starts you off as a kart racer, which is very realistic. A lot of race car drivers started doing exactly this, and what's amazing about it is it's wide open, so I get a really good view around. God, that looks gorgeous out there. I get to look around and get some really good information about my neighbors, but also the track, while the speeds aren't as fast, the open nature and the fact we're so low to the ground, and the fact that the track has relatively short straights with lots of curves, makes everything feel so much faster. It blew me away. Like, I felt very comfortable and fine in the LMP car on the Le Mans track. I was like, yeah, this is fine, whatever. You get a little depth perception, fine, whatever. I got in this, and like, I got really dizzy and really disoriented, and the speed was unbelievable. So we're gonna give this a try. I don't know what the next... Oh, apparently I'm still racing here. And now that's me. Okay, let's... Oh, shoot! Come on, let's go. I don't know why it starts the second sort of race hot. Basically exactly where the other one left off, but we're getting credit for it. I hope I don't get penalized for knocking people off. I do get time penalties if I go off the road. God, that sun is blinding. I got the AI set to mid-level AI right now. And actually, Project Cars, I'm probably talking way too loud right now. The game feels really loud in my ears. I have no idea what the volume mix is going to be. This is my first actual recording here. Project Cars, as far as I can tell, the only complaint that people had was that in single-player mode, the AI is quote-unquote dumb, in that I think it doesn't really do sort of dynamic collision avoidance with the player, and as a result, it mostly just follows its line. And so you can get in a lot of collisions because it's not going to try to avoid you. So you have to be more active in avoiding the AI. But everything else, as I understand about it, the number of cars, the variety of races available, because I mean, this has got everything. Oh shit, that was terrible. Right up to, yeah, like really the fastest of oh no, race cars. I'm probably gonna get a time penalty for that. I don't know if that counts as a cut because it was the outside as opposed to the inside. I'm braking way too heavy here. But these karts, how fast am I going? 40 miles an hour there. These karts don't go that fast. They're really light. They've got very sticky slicks. 50, 60, and whoa. I mean, that's pretty fast for something that's got literally like no roll cage. Weighs about 3 ounces. And is about 1 millimeter to mix my units off the ground. I've got the collision mode and simulation and stuff set to... it does do tire wear and fuel, but not damage. Now I think this... Whoa! Oh, I'll get a penalty for that. I think this race is set to... is short enough that I'm not going to have to worry about running out of fuel. Or tire wear. Oh, and again, probably a cut penalty. just a slow time. It's hard to do this and talk. Alright, let's try to focus a little bit more here. The sense of speed, again, these are not fast cars, but it's so low to the ground with so many turns that in the virtual reality here, it feels so incredibly fast. No rear views or anything, right? No rear view mirrors in the wings or anything. And I can't really turn my head enough here, physically, to see if there's someone right behind me, but it sounds like there is. Sounds like there is. It's unfortunate that this race, I don't know, sort of continued right from the other one. Oh, no. I guess this is simulate the pole position difference. I'm not sure. Anyway, you know, so you don't really get to see the other cars, and that part of the challenge. Whoa, huge penalty. Huge time penalty there. Yeah, I really should get my steering wheel installed. This is trippy as hell. I've really been enjoying racing games lately. Ever since the Audi event, which sort of like really sort of encouraged me to play more actively, to try to get some practice. And this in particular, with the Oculus, oh, come on! Yeah. Big penalty, big penalty. I may not end up first, even though I look first. Oh, that might be what I'm hearing, actually, is the cars I'm closing in on, rather than cars being right behind me. Might do some lapping. So you get points based on your placement, but you also get bonus points. Oh, so first place gives you, I think, 15 points. But not only that, the person with the single fastest lap gets bonus 5 points. And I don't think I'm consistent enough everywhere to necessarily have clocked one of those fastest laps, especially with some of the lap penalties. So it wouldn't surprise me if I still end up being first, but without the fastest lap. And in fact, if the person in second or third gets the fastest lap, which obviously is very likely, as opposed to someone further down the chain, then they have a chance of getting more points overall than I do. Alright, I like that. I'm braking a little too much. And also because of the triggers, right? It's left trigger, right trigger are the brakes, brake throttle, that sort of thing. It makes it actually hard for me to partially depress the brakes. Because I'm sort of like, oh, I'm going too fast, so it's sort of like an urgent just push down on it. And so to get like a very gentle tapping of the brakes is very difficult. But hey, at least we've got some traffic again. So that's exciting. And again, right off, huge time penalty. And probably there as well. Yep, it says cut the corner. You guys can probably see it more clearly than I can. Because there's a bit of a screen door effect with the VR. You know, it's not quite as clear as just seeing it on the screen. But the advantage is the depth perception, which you don't get on a 2D monitor. So we're trading a little bit of clarity away for our actual depth perception, which is hugely valuable. Plus, the ability to quickly check my sides. There we go. That's the end of the race. So let's see what the end result will be. I did get first. Oh, but barely. Look at that. My final race time, 6:15:329. Second place was 6:15:9. Oh, some of the times are changing. 6:15 here. Oh, why did he drop down to 6? He might have had more penalties. $6.15. Why is he down the solo? I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue. So I got 20 points. Oh, did I clock the best lap time as well? I must have. I didn't look at it on the last screen. It's 15 points for victory, 5 points for the best last time. Would have said it sort of right at the bottom here on the last screen. Wow. Race 1, race 2. Fastest times. I got the fastest times in both. Got the bonus points. Nice. Okay. Team Torque Riders, 65 points, 3 wins. Brian Herring on Team Dark Nitro, they got 1 win earlier. Oh, I'm way doing well. Let's go to the career dashboard. Whoo-hoo! And then I can show you the other modes in here. I do love career modes in these things, you know. Getting progress and stuff. Second round, success is Quill 18 beats Brian Herring. And then you get the sort of like Twitter feed over here, which is awesome. How do I... over here. So I gotta look for the cursor. So that was career mode. There's solo mode, free practice, online mode, driver network. I don't even know what that is yet. Time trials, which I think it does have those leaderboards and whatever. But let's say I went into... let's just do a free practice. So there you go. So this is the what is it? Circuit de Sarthe for the Le Mans race. So this 24-hour race. And this is the Audi Quattro, the R18 Quattro, whatever. It's the diesel electric hybrid one. And we'll do that. You'll see it feels very different. Very different indeed. This is going to be solo on this one. And just because of the solo mode, I went in there. And, you know, we could clock some times. But if I go off, if I cut a corner, or if I collide with the wall, then it will invalidate my lap time. Drive. You can see here that this is a self-driving mode. This is not me driving at this time. You can see it feels very different. Oh, it's got the neck rests here, you know, neck protection. So I don't have much ability to look around, although I can check my mirrors on the side if I want to. So really the only thing I'm gaining from the VR here in this tightly enclosed cockpit is the depth perception. Slow down, a little more, it's a little wide. Oh, and I gotta make sure I don't just mash down on the gas in first gear. Whoa. Oh man. Yeah, this is a lot easier in Forza 6 with my steering wheel. Oh, and again, also using the trigger for speed is very, very difficult, I find. Very, very difficult. Because it's hard to, like, get granularity. Mostly I just mash it down to 100% every time, which ain't great. I suppose I could tap it instead. Tap, 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 and then hold. That might work. Very much like using ABS brakes or something. Alright, so we're on the Mulsanne straight here. We're closing in. There's a chicane coming up. I can go a little further and then brake, 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 brake. So I can be a little bit more aggressive. Oh. Except, there you go. So now I can't clock a time anymore. See that? Contact. Except on the brake. Or, sorry, the acceleration is the same thing. Every time I mash down on the accelerator in first, my rear wheels spin out. I might have to look into a traction control setting for that. I think I do have traction control enabled, but I think it's set to be relatively weak. I think I gotta kick in a little bit more. Just to stop me from screwing up every time I mash the fuel. So here I can definitely extend and brake, 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 brake. And there we go. I think I can take this a little more aggressively than it thinks. And then start off, there we go. Much more gentle start on the gas. And that's the thing that's been killing me the most. Is stomping on the gas in first and just having the rear end spin out like crazy. And also the steering's a little, you know, twitchy with the controllers. You have to do these little flicks more than anything else. And that we can take relatively quick. And then the second bit, we do have to slow down. And then, oh, don't mash on the fuel. Come on. I should actually be running this in manual and just only drop down to second. Don't drop down to first. The R18 can run up from second pretty damn fast, especially if you're not starting from a dead stop. And so, while I'm sure we accelerate out a little faster if we do drop all the way down to first, I think it would actually be better for me if I only drop down to second, because it would stop me from spinning out my rear wheels. So this is Indianapolis, or as I used to call it, Do Credit Corner. There we go, followed by, I believe, this is Porsche Corner, which demands and a slow launch. There we go. See, I'm just running an automatic because the gear changes on the on this controller. I think I got to remap the keys. I don't like, because I use my index fingers on the triggers for brake and acceleration, but then I have to presumably also use my index finger on the bumpers for the gear changes. Love how the lighting changes at that corner, which I can't do. So I think I got to start using my middle finger on the triggers and then keep my indexes for the bumpers, or remap the keys for the gear changes. I could definitely be taking this area a lot faster. A lot faster. Also, I don't know why my top speed doesn't seem to really reach what this car should be able to reach in the Mulsanne straights there. We should be able to hit 200 miles an hour or more. Alright, that does not count as a corner cut, so at least it didn't invalidate my time. We'll do one more lap, then we'll stop. Again, this is just solo practice, so there's basically unlimited number of laps. Also, I'm starting to get a little motion sickness, actually. And by a little, I mean a lot. Alright. Let's try to finish the lap, but then I think I gotta stop. I find with the VR, if I haven't used it for a while, I tend to be kind of sensitive to the motion sickness. But then, if I've been using it regularly, then it stops being a problem. Tap Luge over here. Which I took in 6th gear. Just kind of nuts. But yeah, pay attention to Speedo if I can flick to it. You guys can probably eyeball to it a little easier. But it seems to cap my max speed at 180. Which isn't right at all. I should be able to do over 200 on this straight. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if that's Project Cars, something with the tuning. I don't know if it's the automatic gear shifts shifting way too early. You know, when I was doing my race, I was keeping it in, I think I was keeping it in 5th until I hit 185, and then I went up to 6th until we are getting close to 200, and then I went in 7th. And I didn't really get any more acceleration after that, but it was better for fuel economy. Now, I wasn't in the R18 in the Audi La Forza event, I was in the Toyota, but, I mean, the baseline performance is very similar between those, especially in the virtual setting. In real life, the differences are mostly about reliability, fuel consumption, driver skill, and tiny differences in speed, especially over the overall acceleration curve. But, like, I shouldn't be in 7th already, so I'll probably have to either switch to my steering wheel, which has the flappy paddles, or figure out a controller configuration, either where my fingers are or with the keybinds, that makes me happy to go in manual again. Plus, I figured I'd be distracted enough with the VR that going automatic for a couple of rounds would be okay. Yeah, you can see I'm not really looking side to side. Again, partially because I don't have any opponents, but partially because there's not really that much to look at out the side, and also because I really do have to beeline on the horizon here, given our speeds. I need all the time to prepare for the next corner. And this is a racetrack that I know, given the fact that I put 8 hours of it at the Audi La Forza event. And I've watched some Le Mans coverage. On any other racetrack, I would be screwed because the little map here is not really visible in VR. It's very pale and faded. There might be an option I can set to make it easier for me to see the mini-map on courses I'm not as familiar with. Alright, definitely took that at a much higher speed. This a little bit less. I gotta be careful about actually accelerating while doing the corner. It's one thing to take a corner to a certain speed. It's another thing to be accelerating, you know, to/through that speed as you take a corner. Oh, crap. Just because of the dynamics of skid and wheel spin and friction and traction. I think that corner cut was legal, but I'm not sure. Alright, there's the other lap. Whew. I have no idea how loud that is. Exit. Hopefully the volumes are okay. It's very loud in my ears, but I think that's just because the bass volume on the VR is pretty high up. So there we go. That's Project Cars played through an Oculus Rift. This game is available on Steam. It's got a bunch of modes, and I'm very much looking forward to giving this to playing some more. So this is my first attempt at recording VR footage for YouTube. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye-bye.